And welcome back to the show. On February 2nd, President Joe Biden signed 6 executive orders reforming the nation's immigration system. President Biden's order will remove undue burdens placed on foreign nationals associated with obtaining green cards and becoming U.S. citizens. The order will also affect former President Donald Trump's zero tolerance policy and migrant protection protocols. What does it actually mean for the country moving forward? Well, we're pleased to be joining us and providing further insight is attorney Katerina Grinko. And we thank you so much for joining us, Katerina.
Thank you for having me.
When we talk about the president's policy, of course, zero tolerance, it is a reversal of President Trump's policy. But give us, for those who may not be so familiar, what exactly zero tolerance is.
So zero tolerance policy was President Trump's invention, whereas all immigrants coming through the southerly border, particularly those who were coming in with minor children, were separated at the border from their children and were prosecuted right away for the unlawful entry. And this policy was a poorly planned policy in a way that the government didn't really think about what it will take to reunite those children with their parents. And so it resulted with about over 600 children still not being reunited with their parents as of January of last year. So President Biden's administration is looking to immediately eliminate, they have already eliminated this type of policy. This is not going to be something we'll have to deal going forward.
We also know about the public charge rule, and I want to talk a little bit about that, because when you look at the public charge rule, it made it difficult for undocumented immigrants to obtain green cards if they were receiving government assistance. Now, I know yourself satisfied, but you still want to see a little bit more?
Correct. So the public charge rule still exists. It has not been eliminated. It's another layer to the green card application process, which we have in place today. And it requires applicants to not only demonstrate that they have never sought public help, but that they are also financially stable, or their petitioner, the person who's sponsoring for them, is financially stable, right? So that application, that another layer of application requires those individuals to show that they have a good credit score, some sort of strong, education or work employment goals. So it is definitely still there, and we're hoping that this will be eliminated as well.
And when we talk about elimination, we do also understand that President Biden has made another elimination, that particularly when it comes to green cards or revoking his pause, former President Trump's pause on green cards. When we look at the green card situation, can we expect now more people to be issued green cards in the Biden administration?
The main aspect of what has been removed, the ban on employment-based green cards, right? So in other words, during March of last year, with the influx of COVID cases, President Trump implemented the ban specifically on employment-based green cards, right? And really with the position that it will help both the U.S. economy in protecting the U.S. jobs, and also will, protect the population from the health standpoint. But certainly, yes, now with this ban being lifted, we expect more eligible individuals to apply for employment-based visas, immigrant visas, which result in green card, and hopefully come to the United States. And as President Biden mentioned, this ban really did not serve the best interests of the United States. So we're looking forward that being lifted and the visas begin to be issued.
Yeah, we're looking at polar opposites when we talk about President Trump and President Biden when it comes to the whole issue of immigration. I know it's something that's partisan. I know that there are Republicans who feel a certain type way about immigration and basically securing the borders. But when we look at President Biden, definitely a new approach and from that of President Trump. Talk to me about what we can expect possibly going forward with the Biden administration and possibly some other immigration policies that we can possibly see enacted.
Well, first of all, with respect to protecting U.S. borders, President Biden still is, his proposal includes a plan which specifically is devoted to protection of the borders, but in other ways. He's looking to allocate more resources to the border technology, which will allow more elaborate scanning or devices to be installed at the border so that the contraband can be detected easier. He's planning to allocate more resources towards training the border agents. But at the same time, towards the incoming immigrants, he has a more human approach, right? By making sure that our immigration courts are not backlogged, and those asylum seekers who apply for an asylum in the United States can be issued a decision quicker. He's working on, allocating more resources towards securing a plan which will help the asylum seekers to be easily integrated into the United States and feel more included. So he's definitely changing the current policies altogether. And of course, the key and the biggest aspect of his policy is to open a path to citizenship to those who currently are undocumented in the United States. So, we're talking about those who are under DACA here and temporary protection status. Those individuals will be able to apply for legal permanent residency immediately if the bill passes the Congress. And there's also a plan for those individuals who are undocumented but who are otherwise eligible, meaning they have no criminal history, they pay taxes, to also seek legal permanent residency. So overall, Biden's proposal is very broad and opens a lot of opportunities for those who are undocumented today.
Give me a little bit from your perspective about how we're going to see things work out in the courts, because we do understand with COVID-19, there is a huge backlog. What can we anticipate going forward with the immigration process, knowing that that is a major issue that's in the courts right now, a lot of cases, and admittedly, I believe even more of a backlog?
Yes, that's correct. President Biden's administration is looking to do is improve the immigration court operation, right? By allocating more resources towards the immigration court's technology, by training more immigration judges, which will help turn around more cases quicker. Right now, immigration courts don't even offer online appearances on all of the cases. So it's just the courts are closed and more cases are coming in and nothing is being processed. So really, by training more judges and by increasing amount of judges who can handle the immigration cases and improving the technology of immigration courts, there is hope that this backlog somewhat will be eliminated, or at least we can get caught up.
Katerina Grinko, thank you so much for being with us here on Open. I want to thank you for being with us and sharing a little bit more about the immigration challenges. Thanks much.
You're welcome.
All righty. Well, listen, if you want more information, visit her website at suffolklaw.com. Again, suffolklaw.com. Don't go anywhere. We still have more show coming up. Open will return right after this.